this point of the season compared to how you ended postseason last
Um, I can't really put into words. I'm just glad to be where I am today. You know, I think at the end of the season last year was kind of like a struggle in a sense. And when we play this game, the mind and body are connected. And if there's something that interrupts that, whether it be health or something on the mental side, it shows in your game. And so I'm just glad to be here, glad to be healthy, and just looking forward to the season.
I think Alvin and Dale mentioned how great shape are you in right now. What was the summer like for you just getting to that game?
It was just, it's been like this since the injury. The day after the injury, it was just about, putting myself in a position, being able to play. And not only play, but stronger than what I was before my injury. You don't want to just go back to what you were, at the injury. So I've been basically grinding since the surgery, and I've had time to kind of look at it as a whole and look at the whole scape of it and my body and what I wanted to do. And I've had enough time, more than anybody, not playing as much last year, to kind of just get after it. And that's what my main goal was this summer, was to just continue to get after it. And I definitely enjoy the feedback, but I feel like this is something that I should have did before the injury. So. I won't know until we really get out there and play a game. It's one thing to play pickup. I even played pickup before I came back last year. So we'll just know when we're out there on the court and being able to just to do things that I love to do or naturally do. So, but I'm at 100% for whoever I am today. So yeah.
What percent do you think you were at last year? Del kind of said you weren't.
Oh no, most definitely. I don't even think I was close to 100. We had some numbers that we looked at as far as like my hamstring strength, and I think I'm almost doubled. And as far as like a performance test that we did, almost doubled where I am. At this point, my left leg is stronger than what my right one was at the end of the season. So that's huge. And it's in the past, and I tried to do the best of my abilities to try to help the team, and whatever that meant. If it was 2 minutes, no minutes, to whatever I got up to, it was just about the team. And who doesn't want to be a part of a I guess it's the best season in Pelicans. Like, nobody wants to sit and watch that, especially being a guy that came in here to win. So I just did my best of my abilities, went out there and tried to give it my all, and just not try to give up my other leg.
Small forward has been one of those positions that people constantly talk about with this team, either hypothetical people coming in or this year with actual guys coming in to compete. How mentally do you stay focused on just optimizing your role, and then just how do you feel about that group as a whole?
Winning solves everything. Point blank. Period. There's a lot of other teams out there with with different situations. You can look at Boston. Boston's situation where they lost their starting wing, and now that he's coming back, the development of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those guys are about winning. They can all sit and bicker and think who should play this and what. At the end of the day, I just want to win. I want to be here. I want to go and compete, and I don't think too much of that or at all. My job is to be a player. I'm not a coach. I'm not a GM. I just show up and put my best foot forward, and allow my play or my competitiveness to dictate my minutes. I've never been a guy to care or to go into camp thinking, what could be hypothetically. That's going to always go. That's going to, unless you have LeBron or Kevin Durant on your team, I feel like you can always get better at the three position. So, it's always going to happen. That's not my job, though. I think that's like the media's job to kind of, say hypotheticals and this and that. So I'm glad to be here healthy and to compete with whoever I need to compete with for the minutes on the floor.
What do you think is good going into camp? Just a bunch of different guys at that spot where you guys can just kind of all compete and make each other better?
Sure. I wouldn't care who it was. So, I'm built like that as far as being ready to go against anybody and whoever it is. I think it adds to the team. That's all it does is, you get a room full of competitive guys going at it. One bad night, you've seen like one injury leads to another guy's readiness and for him to be prepared. I think that helps the team at the end of the day. If it's not me, it's another guy. If it's not, this guy, it can be the next guy. But we all have to go and compete to all be ready for whatever happens.
What do you say from Julius and Elvis?
Two guys that work hard. I know they're good character guys. I used to lift with Caesar, who Julius lifts with, and Alfred lifts with. And they're guys that, to lift with Caesar, that means you're pretty serious about your work ethic and how you want to reshape your body and your game. And the young two core guys that can really help and change this franchise. I think that's really huge that we got guys that can contribute now and that are younger. I think that's huge as far as, things that we want to do here. And also add Frank into that category of being a young guy that can add to us. And so the more the merrier as far as competitive natured guys that can compete at the highest level.
It's kind of a business side question here. When a player of any stature changes representation, it can do a lot of speculation, may or may not be warranted. What's kind of the nuanced teammates' view of that? You guys notice it?
I don't think we think much of it. It's always, when you're a player, especially in today's NBA, when you're a player of AD stature and what he can do for a franchise, and you see guys collaborating and playing with each other, it's going to happen all through the year. We've heard for the past couple of years about the Boston thing and, them trying to move on AD. I'm thankful that he's here today, and we'll see about tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. But he's a guy that's committed to playing for the Pelicans. And at this moment, regardless of whoever his agent, I told him I'd be his agent if you need be. But, he's a guy that's focused on this year. And that's how we always are. We're always focused on playing the next game that we have or the next practice. We're not going to let, the stuff that flies in the air distract us from our ultimate goal.
If you guys have already about the pace Alvin is expecting from you guys this year, do you think, when you hear him say it, run, is it kind of like, man, you guys feel out of it, is it exciting, or what do you think about it?
Everybody has to play what works for them. If we played any other type of style of basketball, that wouldn't fit who we are. That wouldn't fit our coach and the system that we want to implement. We found success being the fastest team in the NBA, and I think our goal now is to, if we had to match up with last year's team, is to be faster than that team. And that's what we do. We have to stick to our guns. We have to stick to what we know and how we know how to play. And it works with the guys that we have on the court. I think Drew was like top 5 and Miles ran. And, AD being a versatile guy, I just call him a basketball player because he can play, almost any position you need him to play. And Julius Randle, Elfrid Payton, those guys fit the mold of what we want to do here. So we have no reason to not play faster. Appreciate it.